I used to set my GPS to Scranton, Pennsylvania when leaving the Northeast. That route would take me out of the area without going anywhere near New York City or even Southwest Connecticut, which is very congested. But Scranton isn't ideal either. Even though everyone gets the warm fuzzies over Scranton because of the office, the reality is much different.
This is not as much fun as I thought it would be.
Narrow streets, tiny Walmart parking lot. So I found Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, just south of Scranton, and it's a much better option for stopping for the night before heading out of the Northeast. So I stayed at the Hilton Hotel parking lot next to the Wilkes-Barre Walmart, and it was a great night. Then I stopped to see the Seven Tubs Nature Area, which is a big tourist attraction in Wilkes-Barre, but I only saw a little bit of it because the hiking there was kind of treacherous. And I just recovered from a broken ankle from sliding down a steep embankment covered in dried leaves. So I'm being extra careful about where I walk these days. But now I'm headed to Amish country. I'm in Lancaster, Pennsylvania tonight. This is the third hotel parking lot I've tried to boondock at this evening. The first was a Days Inn, and as soon as I got there I noticed that it wasn't pet friendly. Hotels usually have signs about picking up after your dog and other evidence that they're pet friendly. So if I were to walk my dog on the property, it could make people suspicious. Also, there were railroad tracks right behind the hotel parking lot that could mean a rude awakening in the middle of the night. So then I tried another hotel parking lot, and it was right next to a very noisy highway. So I ended up here at the Lancaster Hilton. Hiltons are pet friendly. This one has a huge parking lot and plenty of grounds for dog walking and seemed ideal until a DJ came out and started blasting music by the pool. I'm sure that won't go on all night. I'm hoping anyway. Well, that ended up being a good night at the Lancaster Hilton. The DJ quit at 10, luckily, because I have stayed at the Lancaster Walmart. It was a couple of years ago, and it was a very busy, small parking lot, not ideal for boondocking. Lancaster is a bigger city than I thought it was. Now we're in the outskirts of the city to check out an Amish tourist attraction that is highly rated on TripAdvisor. Here is the Amish farm and house. You know it's an Amish farm when you see clothes out on the line like this, because they don't use electric clothes dryers, and the clothes are always plain conservative colors like this. This place is pet friendly, and Trimpy wants to check out the farm animals, and I get to feed them. Hi there. Shrimpy is already a barnyard menace. This tobacco shed is circa 1914. Tobacco is a cash crop for the Amish. They not only smoke it, but they sell it. This is where the tobacco is cured and prepared for auction. Llamas and alpacas. You're a llama, I think, because they have longer noses. The Amish use their fleece for clothing. Aw, there's the black sheep of the family. Look at this elegant creature. Hi there. All the shunned black sheep commiserating. The farm outhouse. Reading material. That spray bottle is a modern touch. The Amish actually use peacocks as security alarms because they're very skittish and they let out a loud screech if there's an intruder. He'll only open that tail during mating season to impress a female. This is an Amish milk house circa 1940. Pennsylvania is the 4th largest dairy state. A moneymaker for the Amish. Oh, a newborn calf named Rocket, less than 2 weeks old. Hello, Rocket. Hey there. Rocket just got up and walked over to check out Shrimpy. Piggies, they need some fattening up. Come on, Slim, chow down. This is an Amish one-room schoolhouse.
Hello.
Hi. So it goes from 1st grade on up to
Up to 8, right?
8th, and then that's it? They're done with school at 8th grade?
After 8th grade, here, they go back on the farm or some other work.
Do they pledge allegiance to the flag?
No.
No? What subjects do they have?
Reading, writing, math, history, geography, science, and health. They do a lot of memorizing. It's like usually young ladies, anywhere from 18 to 20 or on.
So it's before they get married?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a rule, yeah.
This video would be an hour long if I included everything like the blacksmith demonstration and all the farming techniques and equipment here. I just want to get right to the highlight for me, which really doesn't have anything to do with the Amish. It's goat yoga, which is basically humans doing yoga and goats participating, making things extra fun by interacting with people. Eating people's clothing, chewing on hair. That one is playing with someone's feet. This one is trying to chew on her earlobe, I think. These are baby goats in training to be yoga goats, so they're a little undisciplined, kind of doing their own thing. It's like herding cats. Cuteness overload. I didn't know I'd be seeing this today. There was a concession stand with the Amish food and drink, and I decided to try the Amish meadow tea, which also contains peppermint tea, which is pretty much what it tasted like. The peppermint was subtle though, which I liked. Those clouds look ominous. I think we finished here just in time. There was a tour of a traditional Amish house here too, but they didn't allow filming. It was lots of interesting information about their daily lives in the home. The Amish still don't use electricity, but they do now use solar panels and lithium batteries for power, like I use in my camper van. I did not know that. I really enjoyed this experience. I reserved a campsite right here in the middle of Amish country, just outside of Lancaster and Quarryville. Today is Saturday, and the reservations aren't until Monday. It's very hot and humid, and it's supposed to be like this all weekend, so I was lucky to get a last-minute campsite there today and Sunday, so I can plug in my air conditioner. And hopefully I can turn on the air conditioner without blowing a fuse like I did before at that campsite in New Hampshire. This is the White Oak Campground, and looks like we've got Amish people here. Cool, that's what I wanted to see. So I'm next to the bathroom here, which is convenient but not very scenic. But I was lucky to get this last minute spot on a weekend, so I can't complain. I noticed at the campground in New Hampshire that it was much busier on the weekend, so it's probably like that at every campground. So I actually did blow a fuse again when I turned on my air conditioner, but I know exactly what I did wrong this time. So I changed the fuse, and now I have air conditioning. I thought when I blew a fuse the first time in New Hampshire, it was because I had the air conditioner on high when I turned it on, but that wasn't it. I didn't make sure the power was coming in from the campground source before I turned it on. I have to not only plug it in and turn on the campsite circuit breaker, I have to also look at my battery monitor and make sure the power is coming in, which is over 400 watts when it's plugged into the campground's 30 amp. If it were power from my solar, it would be less than 200 watts. There's also a box under my bed that confirms where the power is coming from. So I need to check that before I turn on the AC. In order to use my air conditioner at all, I have to be either plugged into a campground or use a 3,000 watt gas generator, because my van system can't handle a power-hungry air conditioner. There are some really long travel trailers that can accommodate 1,800 watts of solar panels that you'd need to run an air conditioner, but I only have 250 watts on my little van. This place is packed tight. I think most campgrounds are spaced out a little bit more than this. I think I'm the only camper van here. It's mostly travel trailers that you hook up to the back of a truck or an SUV. Look at that monstrosity. It's the biggest one I've ever seen. A lot of Amish going to church this morning. Gotta back away. I don't want them to see my camera. They don't like cameras. Dressed in their Sunday best. So then I shut my camera off to respect their dislike of cameras and just stood by the road and waved, and they waved back, and Shrimpy barked at the horses. Today I got to move to the campsite I had reserved in advance, and it's a much better view of the Amish buggies traveling down the road. About a dozen a day. I really enjoyed seeing the Amish here right from my van. This was a memorable experience. I think Shrimpy agrees.